Hello there, welcome to this Statometrics software video guide for users of the free version. Here I just want to quickly run through a few features available to anyone who signs up for a free account and the information they can obtain. As you can see going down here, we have a list of upcoming games across major leagues for the next few days, and it roughly goes up to about 5 days in advance. So today is the 23rd of April 2018, and as you can see we go up to roughly the 28th of April, so roughly about 4, 5, 6 days in advance. And as you can see we have a total of 225 games or games that are upcoming. So how do we use this feature and what information can we obtain? Okay, by going to select strategy, you can now pick the number of games you'd like to view a team's performance over, and that goes from 1 game all the way through to 50 games. You can also request the current season and obtain information just for this current season or the live current season. Bear in mind that some leagues do overlap and some leagues start at different times, but that will focus on that league only. So if we were to select this feature, that would focus on the Polish league for the Polish games, the Danish league for the Danish league, for the Danish games, and so on. For our example here, let's select 13 games. Okay, and all you do then is press execute and run. Now what the software is doing now is looking at every single fixture on that list, all 225 games, and requesting information for their previous 13 games. Now this will take roughly 45 seconds to a minute for it to obtain all that information and give it to us. So if we just wait and see, and hopefully the information we need will come up. This here just indicates it's loading and searching for the data. And there we have it, and that took between 45 to 60 seconds. You'll see 2 buttons here, reset filter and expand columns. So if I just click on expand columns, and as you can see I can now see the information for each game. So in our first game here, Lechia Gdansk versus Cracovia Krakow, I can see that in the last 13 games at home for Lechia Gdansk, because they're the home team, they have won 4, they have drawn 4, and they have lost 5. They've scored 24 goals, conceded 28 goals. 12 of their 13 games at home have gone over, last 13 games at home have gone over 1.5. 10 of their last 13 games at home have gone over 2.5 goals. And 9 of their last 13 games have gone over 3.5 goals. In their last 13 games, both teams have scored on 9 occasions. There's been a goal in 11 of the 13 games at home, last 13 games at home, in the first half, and a goal in the second half in 11 of the 13 games. You can also scroll across further and then look at the away team. So I can now see that Cracovia Krakow in their last 13 games away have won 4, drawn 2, lost 7, scored 14, conceded 13, 8 have gone over 1.5 goals, 5 have gone over 2.5 goals, 1 has gone over 3.5 goals. In 5 games away, both teams have scored from the last 13. From their last 13 games, 7 have had a goal in the first half, and 12 have had a goal in the second half. And that is a basic feature we can request. I can run the same feature again and request any number of games I want, all the way up to 50 games. So if I just give you another example there, if I just select 10 games now, and let's have a look how long this takes. And it's the same process again. The software is now accessing our database behind the scenes, requesting this information. And we will time how long this takes, 15 seconds so far. 30 seconds. Seconds. There you go, about 48 seconds that took. And now we have all the information we need for the last 10 games. Now I'm going to show you how you can use this information a little bit further. It may be a case that in the next few days I want to look at teams that are very strong at home. And a strong team at home is usually will be indicated by how many games they've won. So we're looking over 10 games and I might decide I want to look at teams that have won at least 8 games at home. So by clicking on this little tab here, I can now have a series of options. I can put equals, not equal, less than or equals, greater than or equals, or in a range of. In this case, I'm going to pick greater than or equals. So I want to look at teams that have won at least 8 games or more in the last 10 games. And as you can see, at the moment our list is 225. But if I put in 8 there, you can see we now have 17 games remaining. So these statistically are the strongest 17 teams at home in over the last 10 games from our list. And as you can see, we get some obvious contenders such as Porto, your Bayern Munich, your Benfica, your Monacos, and your Ajaxes and Feyenoord and so on. We also have some other games as well. Your Fulhams, your Empolis that you may not necessarily be aware of. And what this does, this allows us to easily and quickly filter games where teams are strong at home, maybe even weak at home, draw a lot of games, lose a lot of games, etc. So I may decide to take this further. So now I have strong teams at home, but I may also want to have teams that are weak away from these games. So all I simply do would be scroll along, and I might want teams that have lost, let's say, at least 6 games from the last 10 away. So as you can see, the away team away and lost, if I click there, and I will pick greater than or equal 6. And let's watch what our 17 games, see if we get to reduce further. There we go, we have 3 games remaining. And what we've done now, we've just simply, in a matter of a few minutes, we have shortlisted teams that are very strong at home, playing against teams that are weak away or lose a lot of games away. And we have Empoli versus Navarro, Monaco versus Amiens, and Feyenoord versus Sparta Rotterdam. And then we could take this information further by going on to Betfair, looking at the odds and seeing these are potential bets. Okay, I can easily reset filters by pressing here and I can start again. You can see all them filters have been reset, and this has been reset back to 225 games. Okay, so you can use this information in a number of ways. You might look for teams that have drawn a lot of games, so I could put greater than or equals 5. There, yep, there's still 21 teams. Let's put 6. As you can see, in the last 10 games at home, these teams are prone to draw. And that simply is how to use the software. You can use the software every day. It's easy to use, and it took me less than 10 minutes to load the software up, demonstrate how to use it, and even find games where strong favourites are playing teams who lose a lot of games when they're playing away. So I'll just quickly run that again by pressing reset filters, and I'll press equals greater than or equals 7, or let's go for 8. And teams that have lost, let's say 6, say greater than or equal 6. These 3 games could be definitely potential bets for me, depending on odds, etc., with a home win. You can use this across a number of ways. We have various stats across here that you can use, you can focus on. We may even decide to look at teams that are very weak at home. So you can see this is home team at home have played 10, how many would have won? We may look to put this number less than or equals 3. We're now looking at teams that don't win many games. It's all 73 teams there, so I might go even further. I might go to 1. These are teams now that have won 1 or less game at home in the last 10 they've played. And as you can see, some of the teams. So these could be potential lay the home team bets, for example. Thank you for watching the video. I hope it helps you understand a bit more about the software and how easy it is to use it, the free version. Any questions are more than welcome. Thank you.